Ooh, what's up, Internet? It is a late night spoiler chat for episode 7 of Invincible, the penultimate episode. My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarisse.
We get nerdy nightly.
And we thought we'd share it with you.
That is right. Usually we record these spoiler chats on Fridays after we've watched the episode. I have my morning coffee, but Amazon was like, hey.
Like, just kidding.
Just kidding. Guess what? Thursday night, we're going to drop the episode early, and you know what? I think I have a theory as to why this happened.
I wonder.
What is the big pop... We do a spoiler chat for it. Tomorrow is the season finale.
It's Disney Plus Day tomorrow.
Of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I think that Amazon Prime was like, you know what? If we put out Invincible tomorrow, no one's going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So let's get some press. Let's get some eyeballs on this. Disney can have 3 a.m. Eastern on.
Yeah.
But until then, it's Invincible time.
Yeah. Can you tell we were prepared?
Yeah,
It was like 11 o'clock. I'd already started getting ready for bed, and it was like, oh no, we gotta do the thing.
We gotta do the thing.
We're doing.
This was a action-packed episode.
Yeah, like you said you were blown away by like the scope of everything at the end.
I thought the fight sequence with what they call it, Hail Mary. I just thought the way they didn't shoot it obviously, but the way they animated the fight between the two of them versus Hail Mary, and then when the Immortal shows up, and just the scope of that fight felt very well done to me, and it felt epic in a way that I was really impressed by on a show where the fight sequences have consistently impressed me.
Yeah, it was really well done. I don't know how to say it, but like it felt real. Like it felt really well thought out. And you know,
the stakes were high.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they were. And the episode went by really, really quickly because there was a lot that happened in it.
And it was one of the longer episodes too. It was 49 minutes.
Yeah.
I think like the last episode was like 46.
Yeah.
And yet the last episode the last episode had things to do, and this episode did not. This episode was like, there is one thing. And, you know, this is kind of what I've been talking about Invincible since the beginning, really, is some of these episodes feel like there's just too many different things happening in too many different places.
Yeah.
And it was really nice to see them narrow their focus to one storyline. And, like, as soon as that happened, this show had so much momentum. And it really, like, this episode flew by, pun intended, in a really, like, awesome way.
Well, I think, there were kind of two main storylines, right?
Right, yeah.
Because we had the Omni-Man main storyline with Invincible.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's not a good dude.
Yeah.
At all.
Wow. But also, we had the Monster Girl Robot twins storyline.
With the Mahler twins.
Yeah, with the Mahler twins. Right. I feel like we had talked about on our spoiler chats. I had said what I thought my theory was, where he was in love with Monster Girl, and so that was his body, and he was trying to give himself a body that she was attracted to, potentially. And
you called it.
Yeah, that's literally what it was. He, Robot made himself a, 12-year-old boy, specifically a 12-year-old Rex. So, of course, when he, showed up at headquarters, Rex freaks out. I mean, you know.
Not enough. I'm sorry, but nobody in that room freaks out enough for the situation.
I don't know. He's, screaming for most of it, so I think he was, pretty unhinged.
He wasn't, though. He was like, this is weird, and I would have been like, we need to burn it with fire.
Nobody wants 12-year-old me.
If 12-year-old me walked into a room, I think I would have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
No.
Granted, I guess these people live in a world where, superheroes exist, so it's probably not the craziest thing they've ever seen.
That's fair. They definitely have fought weirder things, probably.
Yeah.
It's still weird, though. But, okay, maybe this is controversial, but, I kind of love the storyline. Is that weird?
No, I think it's really cool. I think it's... I
think it's sweet. like I feel
I don't know if that's
no. And it's in I want to acknowledge it's in like a totally weird way, and like it's kind of effed up, but also like I feel really bad for Monster Girl, and like robots seem so like genuine, like when he like his like original form like dies, and I was like, oh no.
That scene was handled really well, actually. Yeah. I like that the clones were like, here's the deal, like it's not as simple as like you become that person. Yeah. And the way that he's like, we could both survive, and his old body's like, nah, I'm this is what I want. Yeah. Was it legitimately like I like that one of the Mahler twins like wipes a tear away? Yeah. Because I was like, this is like a legitimate. This is a sad moment. Mm-hmm. It's entangled in so much weird crap.
I know, and that's the thing is like it's so weird, but it's still like I feel it like.
Yeah, you know? I think what's interesting about it is that it really comes down because Black Samson makes a comment about how it's weird that you didn't ask. Yeah. Because there is an element of like if this technology was available, and someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, like you have a decent human body, I need a body. Can I clone you?" It's like, is that really so different from like organ donation, right? Like there is a world where if this technology existed, I think that I would be the kind of person that would be like, yeah, like it works pretty well. The left knee's not great, but like, but seriously, I would be like, you know, I would not be on the list of people that you'd want to clone, but
I mean, it's weird in a world of like social media and like privacy and things like that, because you are immediately going to have I mean, I don't know. Imagine you had like an identical twin and one of them did some like shady things and like people thought it was you. Like,
I mean, I literally am related to twins, and that's never been that's not a problem.
I'm just saying.
So then, like, one of you gets a earring or I don't know. Like, I just if you told me that there were like people out there whose lives were like miserable suffering, and the only thing that would save them would be that they get to be in a replication of my body. I would sign up. I'd be like, yeah, sure. I don't know why I'm what you chose. There are Hemsworths in the world, but like, I would be fine with that. Yeah. Especially if it was like he's gonna be 12 and you're gonna be 28, and I'd be like, well, all right. Like, yeah. No one's gonna be like, I'm pretty sure last night you turned into a were teenager and did some shady stuff.
Yeah, I guess it's just like you know, there's always that like weird thing of like somebody else like kind of in a sense a stranger like has your face. Like I know they worked together for a long time, but like Robot seems kind of like a stranger. Like he cares.
Yeah, because they thought that he was a robot.
Well, yeah, and like I feel so bad for him.
I get it. Like, I have sympathy for his situation. Mm-hmm. And if I was in the position of him coming up to me and asking if he could use my image, I'd be like, yes. Yeah. At the same time, he didn't ask.
He did not ask.
And he walked into that meeting being like, everyone's going to be cool with this. Yeah. And I was like, why would you assume that?
Because he has no social skills, clearly. You know,
poor Monster Girl. Honestly, like, she doesn't know what she's setting herself up for. That's going to be a mess.
She's going to be in a weird situation. And, like, that's the weirdest part. Well, not the weirdest, but, like, that is also a weird part where, like, you know, he, like, has obvious feelings for her, and like they haven't talked about that, mm-hmm. but he just full went ahead and was like, yep, make me a 12-year-old boy so this person might like me.
Well, and what's weird about it too is that he has sort of put her in a weird position.
Yeah, because if she's like, no, it's like,
well, and he's kind of like the only man for her in like from a moral, well,
it's the whole her being like 26 in like a 14-year-old body is like,
but so he's basically been like, weird. Look, I've created the solution to your problems, mm-hmm. but you have to be with me. And like he's as far as she knows, he's a pretty good guy. He saved her life. Like he's been running a superhero team saving the world for years, so like you could do worse.
Yeah, I just feel like they should have been closer.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they've known each other all that long.
No. Like,
I love that this is the episode where there's this giant monster fight. Invincible finds out of his dad. All these like big things happen, and we're like, so let's talk about this weird cloning situation.
Okay, well we've talked about it. Let's talk about the main storyline. Obviously at the end of last.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, that was rough. At the end of last episode, Debbie.
We finally
remembered her name. Yeah.
Debbie
finds
out. Which I realize is so silly that we didn't remember it earlier in these spoiler chats because Omni-Man says it so many times.
And I knew Debbie. That too. And every time I was like, I can't.
I'm like, Mark's mom.
Yeah, Mark's mom.
Sandra Oh. It's Christina Yang.
Sandra Oh finds out that Omni-Man murdered the Guardians of the Globe. And that was
because of the age of the blood.
I mean, yeah, questionable technology there, but sure, I'll buy it. And
they have giant space lasers, so.
Yeah, exactly. So it starts off with.
Wait, before we move on, when that space laser thing happened, I was like, "There's no way that this is a joke about the Twitter thing, right?" Because there was the thing on Twitter where there was the anti-Semitic thing on Twitter that people were saying that there was like Jewish space lasers. It was this like conspiracy theory that was
saying that.
Ridiculous conspiracy theorists who are racist and anti-Semitic towards Jewish people were saying that they control this cabal of space lasers. And there was a part when they shot the space laser, there was a part of my brain that was like, no, this would have had to have been animated like a year ago, right? There's no way they managed to add in this.
Wait, that was recent?
Yeah, this was after the Capitol thing on January 6th, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I hate people.
Oh, yeah, and like conspiracy theories about Jewish people are ridiculous and preposterous, and if you perpetuate them, you're not a good person. But there was a part of me that was like, are they making a joke? Is this like a weird joke on that? And I was like, no, there's no way because of how long it would have
had to have been done. For sure.
It was just I saw Space Laser and I was like, oh my God. Flashbacks to like TikTok, early February TikTok with all the Space Laser jokes.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, so we start off the episode, and Debbie and Omni-Man kind of have like a little bit of a confrontation, and she kind of gives him the opportunity to at least explain himself.
That was at the end of last episode.
No.
Yeah, he punches the wall, and then it fades to black, and then this started with her coming downstairs and seeing the hole in the wall.
Yeah, and then they talk.
Right, and then they talk again. Mm-hmm. Yep, you're right. Yeah. You're right, and I'm wrong. He comes back.
Yeah, he's there, and you know she kind of like gives him the chance to explain himself in some way or shape or form, and he does not.
I don't know. I think that's fair. They've been married 20 years. I feel like giving him the,
Totally.
I think it's fair to be like.
And she says, was somebody threatening us? Were you being controlled? Like, I'm trying to figure this out.
Also very believable in this world.
100%. And he's like, no. And she's like, okay, well then what the hell? And he's like, trust me. And she's like, no, I don't trust you. Like, clearly.
Well, and what's crazy is that he doesn't have. Like, he killed the Guardians of the Globe a year ago, right? Or, like, almost a year ago?
8 months.
Sure.
It says, yeah.
So, 8 months. In all of those 8 months, you didn't come up with a plan for if this happened? You didn't come up with a lie? You just came up with, I did it.
She was like, you kept the clothes. He was like, maybe part of me.
Your Honor, I would like to plead not guilty. All right, what's your defense? I don't have one. But if you trust me.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. Okay, great.
Yeah. So that was a lot. And then, poor Mark is like on his way back and Amber dumps his ass and I mean, here's the weirdest part about it. He's like, he reveals himself as Invincible and she's like, yeah, I know. And you're like, wait, what? She's like, I've known for months.
They repeatedly take off from their house.
No, I know. But, like, I don't understand. She is so upset that, like, he hasn't told her yet. And I'm like, girl. Like,
but also, like, in the last episode, she was like, where did you go?
Yeah.
And if she knew that he was invincible,
she knew exactly where he was.
So, like I guess she's playing a game on a game, but, like...
I don't know, I kind of hated it. Like, I didn't like it either. Yeah, she was literally like, yeah, I knew, whatever, get out. And I was like...
If you found out months ago... Then you have been, like, either she enjoys getting mad at him.
Yeah.
Right? Like, either, like, that's her thing. Or that, like, I can't think of another reason why you would spend months fighting with your boyfriend, but knowing
knowing the reason for it.
Like, pushing him to lie to you, knowing what the lie is. Like, it's like, it makes her seem, like, almost sociopathic to me.
Yeah.
That she would be like, for the last 2 months, every time you've been late, I've yelled at you about it, even though I knew. Yeah. And I'm like, then why did you, why? Well, either you loved it, and you did it for some, like, weird pleasure, or you hated it, and you, like, forced yourself into a situation that you hated for months. And those are both not great options.
Yeah. I did not like the whole situation. I was like, oh, okay, well.
I expected him to reveal himself and then her be like, that doesn't make it better. And, like, that would have been less weird. It was I've known.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I knew that. It didn't, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, okay. That just, it makes it 10 times weirder. And I don't know. I hope we get a bit of a better resolution with that storyline next episode. It's the final episode.
Like, Mark got hit by a bus, and but she knew it wasn't a bus.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so much about that I feel weird about. And honestly, I'm gonna feel weird if they're like, let's get back together because I feel bad that your dad is evil.
Yeah, no, like, they kind of have to just be done with each other now.
The tough thing is I like Amber so much. Like, I want Amber to have a good life. I want her to move on and not have to deal with Mark's crap.
Yeah, exactly. Like, girl, you can do, like, so good for yourself.
He's a superhero, and you can still do so much better.
Yeah. Like, legitimately, like, you're...
Than a whiny, complaining
you're
superhero.
Great. You don't need him. Just move on. Yeah, that was a weird resolution. And so, obviously, Mark is butthurt and flies away to go find Adam Eve. Well, actually, no. He talks to William first. Yep. And William is not telling him what he wants to hear. William's being a good friend. William's a great good friend. I want a William.
You were a dick.
Yeah, I want a William in my life. He's like, yeah, you were a dick. And Mark's like, you're not the person I want to talk to right now. I love you, but...
I'm going to go talk to the other girl I have a crush on. It never makes things better. Boys, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, it never makes things better. Yeah. Don't do it. It's always a bad idea.
Yeah. So that was fun.
So then we get to see the greatest house ever. Adam Eve has a cush pad, y'all.
Love her making herself coffee.
Oh, the French press with the magic?
Yeah.
That was great. Love it. French press coffee, delicious.
She's, like, figuring herself out, saving the world, and, you know, she tries to help Mark, and Mark is just adamant on, like, wallowing in self-pity. Like, something explodes in the sky, and Adam Eve is like, let's check that out, and he's like, no.
To be fair, the thing that he doesn't bring up in their conversation that I feel like he should have is that the last 2 times he's tried to help people, he has been beaten to a bloody pulp.
That's true.
Like, he fails a lot. It's not gone well. From a success-fail standpoint, as a superhero, he spends a lot of time getting his butt whooped, and a lot of people die in front of him because he's not helping very well.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm just saying, like, having the powers of Superman, awesome. But having the powers of Superman, and, like, there's a fire in a building, and you accidentally knock the building over to put the fire out, and people die, I would be like, hey, Superman, maybe don't.
Here's the thing, because the show is only 8 episodes, and it's over the course of at least 8 months, I feel like Mark probably has a decent amount of successes that we just don't see, but because of that, it does feel to us like he fails often. Oh,
sure, I just think that, like, especially after the fight with Battle Beast 2 episodes ago, if I was him and I was like, I need to cool it for a bit.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, dude. You had your spine mauled by a giant lion warrior.
Yeah.
I get it. Like I feel like everyone is like, why are you giving up being a superhero? And I'm like, dude, just let him chill.
Yeah.
He was almost killed.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yep.
Maybe in a world where there are already so many superheroes, the teenager should take a break, do some training, maybe not go to, like,
do some schoolwork.
Maybe not go fight the big kaiju next. Maybe he should, like, head to the danger room.
Yeah.
And you know, Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. He needs to get in there. He needs to take some classes. He needs to learn some tactical lessons from Professor Summers. You know what I mean? Like there's some work he's got to do before he jumps into the big leagues.
Yeah.
And look, I know he's got that Viltrumite blood, but he does not have the skills necessary. You don't throw a talented peewee hockey player into the NHL. You let him bulk up. You let him learn some stuff, and you surround him with a good crew. And that's what they've not done. He's been so pulled between Omni-Man and the many women he wants to date, and also the team, which is now the Guardians of the Globe. And he's just, he hasn't really figured out how to do the thing yet.
Yep, which is fair. And now he's just found out that his father is a murderer. So that's fun. He's going to have to deal with that.
Well, maybe.
Well, no, he literally, murdered him in front of...
Okay, but he saw his father kill a person who's already dead, who attacked his father in the middle of a fight. So, there is a world in which Omni-Man is able to spin this for now until someone else can get to Mark and convince Mark that he was in the right there.
I guess. I mean, it does seem, weirdly coincidental that, Cecil sent a thing after him, and then this guy came back from the dead and tried to fight him and was like, you killed me, or you killed us, or whatever, yelling at him. Mark.
Well, I don't know if Mark heard any of that, right?
Maybe.
He was a little bit busy.
Yeah, a little bit.
He was fighting
I don't know.
Cthulhu.
We'll see. Well, yeah, literally.
Literally Cthulhu.
Well, we'll have to see, I think, if Omni-Man decides to come clean, because it seems like that was the plan. He was practicing his speech, whatever. I think that Omni-Man is I don't know if Omni-Man is going to try to, trick him in that moment. Here's the thing. We got one episode left. It's going to be probably around 45, 50 minutes.
We for the audience's sake, and obviously comic book readers already know the upcoming twist, but for the audience's sake, the audience has to end the next episode knowing why.
Yes,
you can't take that into season 2, right?
I'll be upset because this whole time I have been trying to theorize what crazy reason.
Yeah, and the other question that I have is, what was up with that Egyptian mummy dude? I'm not letting it go.
Oh my god! If he comes back in the last episode, and because of the comics, I'm gonna be livid.
No, I don't remember the Egyptian mummy dude at all from the comics. I'm going to be very honest.
Great.
I've not read these comics in over a decade. But
Great.
What I will say is that if he's not in next week's episode, I'm going to be writing the creator of the show on Twitter every day until season 2 comes out. To know what was the point of that scene.
Yeah.
Because it's a hanging thread that I just... It's like hanging... I'm like a cat, and there's a thread, and I'm just playing at it.
Meanwhile, the world is on fire over here.
How about yours? That's the way I like it. I never get bored.
Hey, now make sure you like this video.
Is that the end of the video?
Is there anything else you wanted to cover?
Ooh, Cecil brought Valentino, whatever is the dude, to make the weird robot dudes out of dead soldiers, and that was dark.
Yeah, that was really messed up.
At first I thought those were the college kids, and I was like, it's just Cecil, this is crossing a huge line. And then he's like, yeah, those are dead soldiers, and I was like, I mean, somehow that's better?
Yeah.
Because at least they're not
yeah, they're kind of like zombies, I think, that are mind controlled at that point, is what I want to feel.
But then
they're not living.
But then here's my thing, why do you need the bodies at all? Can't you just build robots?
I don't know.
But seriously, what part of the human tissue is necessary?
And that's fresh enough. I don't know.
That's what's weird about it to me, is because my immediate thought is well, if you have the robot technology, wouldn't it just be easier to just build robots and not infuse it into dead people, which is so dark?
Yeah.
That was very odd.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it happened. So,
yeah, this show's dark.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this 7 episodes in, but when the guy, when Omni-Man used the counter to cut the man in half.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's very strong.
Yeah. The other one, when he kills Donald, right? And he grabs his spine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how that works. Because, you would have to, It looks like he just kind of, like, grabbed it, but, like, your back is flat, right? Mm-hmm. So he would have to have, like, jabbed his fingers through and wrapped around.
Maybe he's got sharp nails.
But there was no, like, blood or anything yet, right? It just looked like it looked like Donald's spine was, like, sticking out and he grabbed it. But that's not really how, like, he would have had to have, like, jammed his hand through. Oh, God.
Yeah.
If that was too graphic, I'm so sorry. What do you think happens in the final episode?
We find out why Omni-Man has done what he's done.
I can't say anything because I know why. Mm-hmm. But as someone who does not know why do you think he did it? What do you think the reason is?
I don't know. I gave a couple theories. I think it was last week.
Mm-hmm. But like, what's going into the final episode? What's your prediction? Because you predicted the robot thing and you were right. So
it has to be, I think, something with, like, the Viltrumites as a whole. Because, I think they've done a really good job of making it clear that Omni-Man really does love his family. Mm-hmm. I do feel that. And so I think it has to be, like, he's either, like, they're on a mission as a Viltrumite to, like, infiltrate Earth or something. Or he's acting alone, but he believes that, like, maybe as a Viltrumite that he has, like, he has rights to the planet. I don't know what it is, but it definitely feels like some kind of superiority complex, either with just him or with his race as a whole. His, like, species.
And we're going to find out a week from tomorrow whether or not you're right. Yeah. Well, kind of today, because it's 1 o'clock in the morning as we're finishing this, but... if you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't like it, dislike the video and leave a mean comment about us below. The algorithm god is hungry, and we must feed her. You can follow us over on Twitch. I'm over at twitch.tv/nerdynightly. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Mm-hmm.
I'm over at twitch.tv/ClarishDakaris. And
we're going to go to bed, because as much as Amazon, we're grateful for this. But, like, we're tired, so let's go to sleep, huh?
Yeah.
And as always, my name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarice.
Do something nerdy tonight.